Well, I think as for the great interest that Richard and his embassy has gathered or created, it's something about the symbolic power, right, of this act. Because of course he sort of petitioned to be represented as in the pavilion of Australia in the Biennale and got a no to that. And so what he does then is like, okay, so you're not giving me space, then I'm just gonna grab it. I'll take it for myself, which is kind of, in a way, what the power of art is all about, at least from an indigenous perspective. It's about going out there, reclaiming.
Yes, I mean, I never, ever in my wildest dreams did I think I would be invited to come and speak in the tent embassy in Venice. Like, it's extraordinary. It's incredible. It's making black history.
How do you feel now after being in the embassy space and having shared that story with everyone?
Well, I always feel empowered and a little bit tired because it's really emotional to talk about what's happening, and while I sit here, they're hauling out the trees.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, I know. I can feel that. Yeah, the urgency in you almost to get home and get back to your land just to protect it.
Yeah. It's like there's just no peace. You know, you can't rest. It's constant all the time.
Yeah.
Which is why spaces like this and what Richard is doing is so needed. We need more of these spaces. These spaces are powerful,
Yeah.
and they amplify the message of Indigenous people's voices, and they're so needed. I'm so grateful to Richard.
I mean, just me being able to wear these things and actually talking about my culture, it's just like even that is a political statement for myself to the world.
I'm trying to reform these ideas and these relationships and the cognitive dissonance that occurs in the penal colony in Australia. Yeah.
And I guess bringing that conversation to this space in this site, where that site there is probably the most exclusive venue in the world right now. How does that reframe what you were trying to do, or how does it extend it or bring depth to it?
Well, this is what's so wonderful about Richard. Like, this is how we're used to this. We're used to having to go to these lengths and, make guerrilla-style artwork and actually force our way in.
So it's historical. In a way, it's historical because what you see now then is not only has Sami been, or indigenous people, both in the Finnish pavilion, but also in the Canadian pavilion, that is to Inuits this year. So you have a strong indigenous representation in the official Biennale, and then you have the symbolic effect of Richard coming in and reclaiming space outside of the official sanction.
Pushing back against the institutions.
Yeah, basically just saying that I'm here. I'm still, or what is saying? We have like a saying in Sami, "Millet aintas." We are still here. You know, you can try and kill us. You can try and kill our culture. You can try and take our knowledge, but man, we are resilient as an indigenous people, and that is what Richard's embassy is all about: the resilience of our people. Yeah.
Going off what you said about that silence to the colonizer is consent. So this is, again, it is like a paradigm shift.
It pushes back on that. Silence is consent. It pushes back on it. And we're saying, no, we're not silent. And you don't have our consent to continue the global destruction of the earth. And we're doing it in all of our lands, in the different parts of Turtle Island, different parts of the world. And for us to all stand together and to say it in unity is powerful. It's so powerful.
Well, it is our turn to be listened to now. Like, all of the systems that and all of the things that were used to justify our dispossession and our culture and our way of life is revealing itself to be a catastrophic failure. So it is time to listen to First Peoples globally. Like, it's just time. We don't have much time if we keep maintaining this failure.
As a white European guy, it's my system of thinking that's the problem. And so the only way that I can change that is to be challenged by exactly the people you're talking about. So that the challenges that exist from indigeneity across the world are the challenges that I need in order to have any chance, not only to survive, but to have any chance to contribute something useful to the world. I can only make a small contribution, but I can do it a lot better if I try and have a dialogue with the people that are here. And what this embassy does is allow you. That's what an embassy does. It's about having a discussion. It's about bringing two sides together and talking, and that's exactly what this does. It brings me together with the people that you've just mentioned.
And in this space, within this frame, it's perfect.
No, it's perfect.
So, how do you see Richard's work sitting within this incredibly palatial 1%er universe that most people are locked out of?
It fits right in. It's rich. And it's Richie.
Bell.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, this is a very maritime place, and he managed to find this beautiful spot for it, and there it is again. I've done it. This is my fourth. I did, what was the first one? I think Moscow, then New York in 2015, then Melbourne 2017, and now this. So, I don't know where we're going next, but...
Well, I think it's the London tape, babe, so hang in there.